Good day. In today's pro tip, I'm here with Kevin Mayer, mortgage broker, and we're here to talk about mortgages. Okay, Kevin, so I got to ask, what is a mortgage broker?
Yeah, so I'll give you the same kind of talk that I give to my clients the first time I speak to them. So mortgage broker, so like myself, I work with over 30 different banks across Canada.
I'm sorry, how many?
30.
30.
30 banks and lending institutions.
I didn't even know there was
lenders.
30.
There's a lot out there.
Okay.
So so basically what I do is I'm a personal shopper for you to fit you with not only the best rate, but the best contract that's out there.
Okay.
So
aren't they kind of all the same?
Kind of, sort of. At the end of the day, they all lend money.
Okay, yes.
But in the back end, they all have very different contracts for portability, assumability, how their penalties are structured if you ever wanted to break the mortgage.
Right.
So I like to categorize in three ways. So you have your big banks like your big green bank and your big red bank.
Yes, we all know them. Okay.
So then you have your credit unions.
Okay.
So you know your credit unions kind of in the Ottawa region, and then you have monoline lenders.
Embellish that a little bit more with a mortgage broker. How do you help people navigate that?
Yeah, so really at the end of the day, it's whoever's borrowing the money, it's their decision on what contracts they want. Okay. So all I'm really here for you is to show you what rates are tied with what contracts. Because like I said, they don't give anything away for free. So sometimes a lower rate will mean a more expensive contract. Sometimes a lower rate will mean a better contract. You don't really know what's happening where at that time. So I'm just here to help you navigate the water so you can make an informed decision on where you want to place your money.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you said at the beginning of the video, you're their personal shopper.
Absolutely.
For a mortgage. Yeah. Now, how is that different than just walking into your big green bank?
Yeah. So a lot of the banks now don't do a lot of physical mortgage in their branch anymore. Okay. And the reason is it's really expensive for them to do so. It's a lot cheaper for the banks, like your big green banks or your big red banks, to use mortgage brokers.
They're all great.
They're great.
Yes.
They all have their place and they all have their own very specific underwriting guidelines, right?
Okay.
So sometimes we want to go there because they're the best fit for you.
Yes. Okay, yeah, so you're still many times helping a client place money or take a mortgage from one of these big banks, because they are good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So really what I'm doing is I'm just giving you more options, more than
options.
just one place.
And I'd like to think more education too, because
Absolutely.
I think if you're going into just one bank, the bank you go for everyday banking and everything.
Yeah, they're selling RSPs and life insurance, and they're selling all this other stuff. I just specialize on the mortgage side of things.
And they only sell their mortgages, right? So you can line up their mortgage plus this mortgage and plus this mortgage, and then break it down. What's most important to you? Is it having the lowest interest rate, or maybe it's having the most flexible terms for discharge and so on, right?
And it's often the case that I see people that have been turned down by their big banks, and the only reason that they've been turned down is not because they don't fit to borrow money, they just don't fit to borrow money there.
Okay.
So they can still potentially work with monoline banks getting best rates and best contracts. They just might not have fit with that specific institution that they went with in the first place.
And I just want to debunk, when you say monoline lenders, are these like B lenders?
No, not at all. So they're AAA, fully regulated banks.
Okay.
They're sometimes even more strict than what your big banks would be.
Okay.
Because they have very, very specific guidelines that you have to fit within.
Okay.
And they're all a little different.
They're all very different.
Yep.
Different terms, different rates, different contracts.
Absolutely.
So if you're thinking about picking up a mortgage and you want a personal shopper, Kevin is available for you. His contact information is below. Thanks, Kevin.
Awesome.
All
Thanks,
right.
Dave.
And thank you to you guys. Until our next time together, I'm Dave Robertson, your real estate professional for life.